All right, we're back. We're playing Motorsport Manager 4. And we're back in our house car, the Worchitah GGT. This time, we're going for round 2. And they will be continuing with our development, ladies and gentlemen. So, first of all, you know, the supplier network does exist in Motorsport Manager. It existed in Motorsport Manager Mobile 3. Wasn't there in the first two games or the PC version, but it's finally here. So we're going to be commencing with the setup of a supply network. So let's just check out what it's all about. All right, so we have to pick where we're gonna start off. So basically okay, basically in the supply network, it's like, where's your main base? Right? There are three options where we can have a main base: the US, Europe, or China. That's starting location, and we'll expand from there and eventually reach the other two potential starting locations. So if we pick the United States, we get a +2 setup stat to both our mechanics. And yeah, and North America has cheap starting bonuses, which is ideal for teams looking to gain an early advantage. However, expanding out of the country later on to find new suppliers will be a slow process. All right. Europe has a wide range of suppliers nearby, but they are expensive. Europe is best suited for teams who are confident they'll progress up the championship ladder quickly. Hmm. And then China has good supplier bonuses at fair prices. However, their assets are spread over large distances, meaning initial expansion will take more time. Recommended for teams who prefer to think in the long term. So ultimately, with China, it's about long term. Now, I want you to note something. Two Chinese paid drivers will be available to scout. At this point in time, our team does not need paid drivers. We are currently running on a profit. In fact, sponsorship bonuses, such as winning a race or finishing ninth or 12th, even give us probably another $1 million. So when I look at the thing to do with personnel, I think China's out. +2 setup stat to both mechanics. We're not going to be getting any world class mechanics anytime soon. Will it make marginal differences? Yes, but it does not carry that significant impact. And that's what matters the most. So you cross that out as well. Now, one famous designer available to hire. Now that's actually tempting now. I think you'd actually want that now. Now you could say that I could get proper mechanics and they both get better. But I don't think I don't think but then again, you could say that the famous designer may not be that great, but they're just famous, just but they're an L designer. So that being the case, we know China's not based on this thing to do with personnel. But and Europe and United States could go either way. And the United States, to me, it doesn't seem like the real deal. And for Europe, maybe the famous designer will be an L designer. But now, let's consider our team. What's the pathway that we want to take? Now, when you look here, you can clearly see that cheap starting bonuses, we get an early advantage. Now, I don't know if that's going to help us in the championship or what, so I don't really care about that. I don't understand whether we're going to gain performance quickly or otherwise. Mm, so, getting new suppliers outside of the country is going to be a slow process. I think it's important us for to have proper growth at some point, not stagnated growth because of this. So we'll not go to the United States as a result. Oh, let's put that on the side and consider the other two. Remember, Europe has a wide range of suppliers nearby, but they are expensive. If we're running on a profit, we should be able to afford the expenses. But we're a small team at this point in time. Best suited for teams who are confident they will progress up the championship ladder quickly. Hmm. Will we go up the ladder quickly? Is it going up the ladder quickly? I mean, I'm half confident. I'm not super confident, but I am half confident. Teams who prefer to think in the long term. All right. I think we can go with Europe here. It's Europe or China for me now. Now that I've deeply considered it, we can go with Europe or with China. It would be one of the two. I think we should go. I think here, are we confident that we'll progress up the championship ladder quickly? Or are we thinking long term? Let's go with China. We'll think long term. And hopefully it works out. So, but what would have been the difference between that and the United States? That's the thing I don't understand. Let me just look at this. All right. If only I could see the map, but it's fine. Um, if well, now that I seriously contemplate it, it's got to be Europe, China. It could be even the United States. But now we're gonna make a decision, and we are going to go with China. We should go with China. Long term. I think our team is thinking long term here. Although I wanted to really get ahead of the Stonebridge speedsters, but it's fine. We'll get them at some point. We'll get them at some. However, no, guys, we need to beat these guys quickly. This is the goal. To beat the Stonebridge speedsters is our ultimate goal. It is everything we will ever want. All right. And but the thing is, can we afford the expenses? Fair prices, cheap bonuses. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm actually lost as to what to pick. All right, let me look at the map again. I'm gonna pick now. Great, we can't see the map. All right, that being the case, I'm forced to make a choice. I've taken too much time on this, if you do think about it. So we will have to go with the United States. No, 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 hold on. But if we get the early advantage, we'll be pretty good, right? But we would stagnate at some point. So ultimately, China beats out America. And we've make our starting base. All right, so now we're starting off in China. I do not know what exactly this location is, but I know this is This is Tianjin. Where's Shanghai then? No, that's actually a serious question. Great, it won't show me where Shanghai is. This is Nakata. Nakata's in Japan. Okay, so where are we, by the way? All right, never mind. It won't show me where we are exactly, where we're setting our location. It just says China and that's it. Uh, Krasnoyarsk. Krasnoyarsk is either in Russia or some other country. Puri is in India. Tianjin, Mandalay. Is that actually in China? I doubt. All right. I think if we went with Europe, all right, I see why expanding out of Europe is easy. But anyway, it doesn't matter. We'll manage. Um, if we can get to Europe, we'll be fine. That's the whole point. If you think about it, so we have to target a slot. So if we target this asset to take two races, they should all take two races. Let's be honest. We'll just go with. Let's go east to Japan. All right. I think that's clear now. We collect 25 experience simply for going through that process. And as a result, we are now here. Now, we're still developing our car. And I think we have some time before the next race. One thing I want in this game is to be able to view the calendar. Is there now an option in the game to actually look at the calendar? I don't think so. To me, that's a serious problem. They need to fix this. They actually need to fix this. But I guess it's fine. Anyway, we will now move on to dealing with the car. I was just checking that out. If there was a calendar, we could plan ahead and think we have 2 weeks. We want to bring in a new front wing for this race and everything. But now we are unable to do that because there's no calendar which you can see except for when you're continuing on with the game. So top speed and low speed cornering. Now we haven't invested into our engine yet. Our engine was already built to be an engine with real forte, but I'm pretty sure we can't actually develop an engine now because we haven't unlocked powertrain development yet. So we're gonna have to research in order to unlock that. So we're gonna have to build something. Then if we pick brakes, we improve our braking. Okay, we need to improve our low speed cornering actually quite significantly. I think braking being fourth position on that is really good for us. Let me just see these rankings. All right, understood. All right, so I think if we go with a front wing, we should be fine. This is the second time we're building a front wing. Yeah, we need to get a better crew to improve our parts. We can't focus on performance only. We're gonna need some reliability on the part. Okay, so we'll go with that. This is gonna be our setup, and yeah, we move on and we build. We confirm that we've invested $1 million. I think we can bring on a new set of brakes as well. We have nothing to lose right now. Our team is financially viable, but I think we're limited to only building one part each time. Are we not? Yeah, and that's a real problem for us. We're gonna have to deal with that as well. We could buy a component, but now the components are getting quite expensive. Yeah, let me see here. And the top speed increments you get in the first place are not even that good, except for maybe the MK 1.4 there are those headers for the engine. They are probably what's actually attractive here. But I'm not willing to go into debt, so it's not worth it. So we continue on. Our front wing, we will get a new front wing. And yeah, I mean, what could be better than that? Okay, here we are. So everything is as expected. So now we have the second best braking in the amongst all the teams in terms of the car. Our car's second best at braking. So that's gonna be something we're gonna really try to maintain. Such a bar for our team. We should always be in the top two for braking. I think that's something we should always aspire to be at. Yes. All right. Anyway, moving on. Let me see here. A tech tree tier is close to unlocking. We need 6 points. What is a tech tree tier? Oh, I see. All right. Now I understand. So that's basically like it's like the development tree in these Formula One games. If you think about it, if you played F1 23, they used to have a development tree. So now we kind of have that. Anyway, we're off to practice for the Belgian Grand Prix or the Ardennes Grand Prix, as they like to call it, in Motorsport Manager. We actually have to get sponsors. Crazy. Anyway, let's see what offers are up for grabs. So, actually, the fact that I wasn't even thinking about sponsors means that I'm really serious about the car's development. Finishing 19th or above for 1 million. Wait, what? Not for $1 million. That's about $450,000 plus. Okay, so we'll get $950,000 from Rogerson Alice. So that deal kind of sucks. We can finish 15th. I have confidence in my team. All right. I don't even need to look at the maths here. That thing gives us more money overall. If you look at it, just more money across the board compared to the other two. So we're going to go with Golden Tire Bank. And yeah, now we can probably buy that engine upgrade. We're not gonna get these positions, so but there is an upfront payment, so I think we should take that. They will just be on the car. We will never go with this one, with this sponsorship offer. You could say our car is arguably capable to finish seventh, but I don't really think so. We are fifth and sixth in so many areas, and on in so many areas. such that we're probably gonna finish P8, P10 at best in most races. Anyway, but here around the Arden Grand Prix, we should really be a real fighter with our car. So we're gonna go with the 15th or above bonus, and let's see how it goes on around Ardennes in our second race, playing the career mode in Motorsport Manager Mobile 4. Can you believe this? They used to race around here with no barriers or towers. That's not gutsy, it's just insane. This is why Formula One drivers used to die in the past. Safety standards were not high enough back in the day, or safety standards were not able to prevent such from happening. But of course, it's the case of R&D, and yeah, they were also gutsy. Those guys were very brave. Anyway, the Ardent is such a tight and twisty track. The cars here should all be running close to maximum downforce here, surely. Are you serious? I think in the third sector for Spa, you could no, the second sector for Spa in real life, Spa Francorchamps, it makes sense. But for the first and second for the first and third sector, you don't want it to run on maximum downforce. But ultimately it's a track, so you have to consider all of this. Just to all come into play. All right, so now we want to actually be able to unlock that powertrain development. So we're gonna spend half of our time on research. I don't think, do we need a qualifying setup or race setup? I think if we go with a race setup, that means we can't do anything else. All right, so so we're only gonna work for what is this? For 55 minutes this time, and I guess that's fine. I mean, ultimately, this is what would possibly be the best we can get. I mean, there's the qualifying bonus we could have gone for, but ultimately, I think this is more worth it. And anyway, the research went great, and in terms of trying to improve the car's performance for the race, we did pretty good on that. And yeah, we're now off for qualifying Saturday. So we have to finish 15th or above in qualifying, and I think we can do that. So now our mechanics will work on the car. If we went with Europe, if we went with the United States, our mechanics would be better, if I'm not mistaken. We have the option to scout two Chinese paid drivers, but Rocha and his friend, they clearly are more capable than what those paid drivers would have to offer. Yes, I actually forgot Hardy's name. I have been studying before I began playing this game, so again. So I really forgot the drivers' names, but I remember them soon enough. Is it William Rocha and Tom Hardy? I'm not sure now. I forgot their full names. I'll check again. Anyway, so remember, I believe that was it Rocha outperforming his teammate in the last race. I believe Hardy got more points in one of the two races. One of them did higher than the other. You see, this is the problem. I should really focus. I should really actually recap where we are in the championship and the like, and the driver specifically. But we have 7 points as a team, and we're in the 7th position. Anyway, here we are. Roche's first lap. All right. So at the moment, what are we doing in the first sector? Purple first sector because he's the first one out of track. We get a green second sector, and that's kind of expected. For the next episode, I will bring my calculator so that we can collect statistics. They will be very important. Anyway, he sets a 120, a 126.9 and 126.7. Fumagalli is setting a 125.9. So we're less than a second within Fumagalli's time, so that's decent. Right. I think Ravensburg Autosport must be the green color team, the one where Kim sets a nice time for P2 at the purple first sector, but was unable to grab provisional pole. So only gonna get one more run in qualifying now. Is there gonna be rain around here? I should look out for the weather more often. We don't want to get caught out by that. All right, so we're gonna improve our setup so that we're at least a tenth of a second faster now. But maybe this is why we needed to improve our mechanics if you now think about it. But I have no regrets. I have no regrets. And now I think, yeah, you go for something, because if you go for nothing, you do get nothing. and we went for something and we get nothing anyway. So I mean, it was never going to work out, if you ask me. All right, so we are underway for our last quali lap. We are really struggling around here. We just need a tenth of a second. Hardy has it in him, but Schroeder and P15 will probably hit back there. We are only 6 tenths behind, and we gained a tenth on one of the cars. I hope it's the correct car. I don't think it is. I think it's Rocha's car, which means we're in trouble. And Hardy is not improving. And I think that's it. We're not going to get the sponsorship bonus for qualifying, and this is disappointing. We cannot be having this happen to us. We need these sponsorship bonuses to go enough so that we can develop the car. Funnel more money in there. Guys, where's the passion? You're missing the sectors. Oh, in my heart, I would have been hoping that was the outlap, but we all knew it wasn't the outlap. And that's what makes this so disappointing. P19 and 16. Schroeder is improving. I mean, the drivers are not the best in the world. They still have potential to make. And ultimately, we, according to the China asset plan, we are building for the long term, which means there'll be lots of complaining around here in the first couple of seasons. But it is what it is. Anyway, so we're out in the first part of qualifying, which is known as the elimination round. There's basically Q1 and Q2 in this, and then when they're fighting for pole position, it's a shootout for pole. You don't really get 2 runs, it's just 1 run. Anyway, I wonder who'll be on pole. So this is ultimately what happened. Andrea Lopez of Ravenberg Motorsport, who set it on pole. The Stonebridge Speedsters have been shocked, and Axel 76 actually going to be a challenger, it seems. So I think the top three teams are Ravensburg, Axel, and the Stonebridge Speedsters, based off what I'm seeing so far. So Luca Blasi says, strong lap times today. Looking forward to chasing Andrea Lopez in the race. I can't really comment on whether or not I think he can do it. And honestly, I hope that the title race will be interesting. It's a five races, and so I only look at the title race on like race number 4 or 5. Let's be honest. The current drivers' championship leader is Renzo Fumagalli, and Alfredo Suva will be trying to make up ground. All right. Let's see where do they actually rank? P3 and P6, and they're from the same team, which is the Stonebridge Speedsters, of course. Andrea Lopez, she says she's on P1. Yeah, when you look at how good these drivers are, I think Andrea Lopez, if she focuses, keeps it calm through the first couple of laps, he should see out the victory here. As for us, I don't expect us to get points, but let's work on our strategy. Right. So, but however, our race strategy is where we focused our setup for, which is probably why we struggled a bit in qualifying. Now that I do think about it. Anyway, we could, the relationship with the driver. Do you want to really speed run it? I don't think so, because we're gonna be on soft and perhaps mediums for Hardy. Last time the one-stop strategy worked out, if I'm not mistaken. So I think we'll stick to that. Starting off on the hard tire, then going to the mediums. Is that really how I want to go about it? I think start off with the mediums, then you go on to the hards. So you go with the mediums, obviously. And then we go with the mediums. We can't do a two-stop on mediums. We can do a one-stop on just mediums. We can do hards. Alright. The hard tires, will they make it? I think here you can see that is the life in the tires, that graph. So we don't want the tires to totally die. We just want to catch them before they totally collapse and see us losing too much time. So we'll pit on lap 7 and see out the hard tires. That's our plan with Rocha. Safe strategy is the same strategy we have. Alright. And then as for Hardy, what can we do here? Doing a one stopper from mediums to hards. It could work. I think we could do. Okay, starting off on the soft tire. You know what? We'll start off on the mediums, man. Okay, let's be honest here. You've got to start off on the mediums. Remove that soft stint. I think harder is able to actually keep the tires going for longer. So this means that he'll be pitting on lap 5 because he's going to push the mediums more than his teammate and see it out to the end. And that is pretty crazy. Do you know that? Oh, I see what's going on here. He'll be conserving the tires. That won't work out. Let's be honest. Ah, all right. I'm trying to make edits here so that it really works out. All right, so lap 7, his teammate is pitting then. That's the issue here. But I think a 2-stop around the Ardens. No, let's go for the brave and bold strategy. We'll do a medium. Do another medium. Another soft one. Okay, that's covered. Then the last stint on the softs. We cannot do that with the softs. So a 3-stop on mediums. That is some crazy race. And we don't get banned for this, unlike in Formula 1. Alright. We've decided. Wish us luck. Here we go. The 5 red lights go out. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. They go out. That was a bit weird for an introduction to a race. So anyway, let's see how the race goes. And the only thing I have to do with this fuel levels clear, because we are sticking to the plan as it stands. We are struggling a bit here in the first lap. P15 and 20. The improvement has been slight. Hardy is doing the job. Worchitah has kind of fallen back a bit. We're down to P16 again at the end of the second lap. Yeah. Magali's on soft tires. Oh, so this means that Silva has lost the race lead. Was it Silva was in the lead? I don't. It was some other team. Lopez, I'm not sure now. This is gonna take some time getting used to. Looks like our pit window's coming up. Are we sticking to the plan? Yes, we're sticking to the plan. We're pitting at the end of lap 5. We're pitting at the end of lap 6 with Hardy. He's not gonna make it. This guy's pushing the tires too much. You better conserve. Maybe we should pit now. Yeah, just pit now. I don't want problems. Okay. Roger staying out. So you see, we have to adapt nonetheless. If we don't adapt, we suffer. And that's a real problem. Trust me. I think we can do one more lap on these tires. For sure, we can do one more lap. We are sticking to the plan. Sticking to the plan, Rocha. Plan A, plan A. We're losing positions, but that's kind of expected. Now, wait, why isn't he coming in? Are you kidding me? You know what? He was pushing for lap 9. What is wrong with these drivers? Man, you know what? He brought this upon himself. You know what? This game is confusing in this moment. But I'll understand it at some point. But now Roach is gonna lose so much time. And this is a real enters. Oh my goodness. Okay, enters. I didn't even. You see, this is why I was supposed to be watching the weather. Enters. Alright. Enters. I guess we might as well pit for enters. Do we fix the car? Uh, you know what? At this point, I think the car will make it. Don't fix it. We don't want to double stack, so he's gonna have to push Hardy. Also push the engine a bit. Yeah, we're gonna have to fix this car for sure. Oh wait, not. Do we have to? I think we can push it on the last lap. Anyway, Tal. Okay, I think at the beginning of the next lap, that's when we need these ones. Yeah, don't fix the car. Just push it. Just absolutely push it to the end. We have nothing to lose. Anyway, so the leaders are still out on dry, so that might just help us. Rocha hasn't lost a lot of time, obviously because he's on a one-stopper as well. And immediately changed to enters. So up to P10, we might be getting points out here. If we're lucky enough to see this race through with Rocha's car. I think his car should be able to make it. We're gonna push the engine a bit to stay ahead of our rivals. We're losing a lot on the tires there. I cannot lie with you. P9 for a little bit. Rocha's really giving it everything he's got. Come on, Rocha, defend the inside. I think we're gonna lose the position through these key corners here in the second sector at Ardennes. Pushing for the position right in front of us will be hard. And speaking of hard, Hardy is literally throwing everything he has here. It's in his surname. Well, he wants to stop conserving the fuel. This is a very difficult choice for me. I should probably stop with the pants. But anyway, reminds me of Matt and Jeff Hardy from wrestling. Alright, so now we're going to push on the last lap with Rocha. Throw everything we have at it. Alright, we go attack. We go high on fuel. We're gonna conserve. Okay, you see, Hardy's car is literally dying. And he was asking me to stop conserving fuel. And I think with this being the scenario, maybe we should have pitted for wet. But Rocha is throwing everything he's got, and he's back up to P10. Yes, here we are. Hardy is also gonna throw something at it, maybe. No, he might lose position. No, P11 for Hardy. Hardy goes round the outside. He might actually steal it from his teammate. Through the last few corners. Rocha or Hardy, one of them's gonna get a point. Who will it be? I think it's gonna be Rocha. I think it's done. Hardy just has to defend that P11 for us so that his teammate stays in P10. And that's the result we were hoping for. I mean, this is way better than what we expected. We actually got points. Well done, guys. We adapted. We really adapted there. Wow. You know what? If Hardy did the one-stopper, he might have actually gotten away with this. If he was on hard tires. You never know. Maybe that two-stopper did cost him in hindsight. Who knows how high he could have gotten in this race. Also, it's Wellington Rocha, not Williams. And Gareth Hardy. More like Gareth Bale. Anyway, moving on. Wellington in New Zealand. But he comes from Brazil, Wellington Rocha. Anyway, interesting comparisons. Alright, so we're now up to 6th in the Constructors' Championship. That is crazy. Wait, how are points distributed? I have not been looking at this. I thought 10th is what determines you getting points. And anyway, Wellington Rocha was ahead of his team in the points. I need to look at our point system. I think I've been looking at it wrongly. I think they give points to everyone. You know, the fact that I don't understand the point system. Oh, so it's top 15. Are you kidding me? So in order to get sponsorship bonus, we need to also get points. So they go in hand with each other. Okay, that's good to know. So our competitors in the team's championship is Axo 76. So Axo 76 just had one of those, high octane qualifyings. But then beyond that, in the race, they couldn't get the job done. And the real teams once again were the Stonebridge Speedsters and Ravensburg Autosport. Remember, our target is that by the end of the season we're getting about 22 points per race. So we're currently at 11. So basically do more than what Archer Biamara managed this weekend. Which would mean 11 points for both of our drivers. They got 6 and 5. So we're not doing too bad. We're making progress, and that's what matters. So Archie Biamara are going to get a new front wing according to Gareth Hardy, who had it from Jeff Dean. And then Jaga Aratu have a new front wing, so our team Viborg for Monaco. So the next race is going to be Monaco, but I'm glad to say that with these extra research points, our team is going to be able to now finally unlock powertrain development. And that's what matters sometimes. So we have risen to 6th in the championship. I think if we keep on doing well, we can finish as high as 4th at the very least. So hopefully we continue on this path. So we can actually change the name of the car, but not like the MK1 part. So that's unfortunate. But that's alright. Anyway, so our braking, we've fallen to 3rd. Should we fight back in the development wars or concentrate on powertrain development? Let's actually look at how that has panned out. Actually, we have to renew contracts or find new designers. Let's see if we can find somebody better than Oinam Limpuya. The problem is with Oinam is that she's basically terrible at leadership, and I really don't like that. And performance-wise, she can't improve the car, but she is the best at reliability. So if we're gonna find someone who's better at reliability. Siri Van Hetem. All right, I guess we can go with that. We'll hire her. Let me actually consider this. If we get her to do reliability, we're gonna need some really extremely better individuals. Okay. So there we are. We've spent money on a slightly better designer. The other designers present here, they're all our designers if you ask me, except for maybe Dominic Koga. Let's see how he would do against the rest of our team. He's a massive improvement on Kyle Renkler, so we'll go with him. And there we are. So we've had 2 better designers, and yeah, I'm happy about that. As for mechanics, their contracts won't expire anytime soon, so we'll be good there. Now, strategists, maybe. Yeah, our strategists are really terrible, so we're gonna get a better strategist here for Femk Goosens. Now gets replaced. So you can see here our pair race scores are beginning to actually mount, but you know it's the name of the game, and we have to deal with it. We'll adjust over time. You know, it happens. Anyway, so we're back to our tech tree, and we've unlocked powertrain development. And we are going to confirm that we have spent over $500,000, but it does improve our powertrain. We have more acceleration, and wait, actually we have tower and fuel efficiency. Why wouldn't this improve the other two? Oh, we have to actually improve on that by working on the car. Of course, I understand. Anyway, that's cool. Okay, I actually like this tech tree concept they've put in the game. So I believe that the game is spec. I believe that this championship is spec when it comes to engine parts. So ultimately, unlocking this was kind of useless, but I guess it will help us in the long run. We're gonna need a new rear wing because we are really falling back on high speed cornering. But let me look at just one thing. The Monaco race is about low speed cornering and braking, so probably a front wing update is required instead of one for the rear wing. So I think another front wing update would do us good for this race. And yeah, another $1 million spent on front wing development. Okay, so we have to look at our calendar and see which race will involve high speed cornering. The Bahrain Grand Prix. Alright, so immediately after Monaco, we're developing our front wing. It's a must. Then we'll look into brakes for the last race, for the Italian Grand Prix at Milan. Anyway, that's all from me. Let us see. We have some new emails. So okay, so we can upgrade our drivers. So it's not yet over. Let me upgrade the drivers. All right. So Rocha can probably improve on. Our car's gonna be having problems in the corners, high speed corners at some point. But think about it. For the Monaco Grand Prix, braking, or even low speed cornering itself, those are the important things. So I've improved him in terms of cornering. And then as for his teammate Gareth Hardy, we can go with braking. Alright. Maybe you end up like Daniel Ricciardo, the latest of the late breakers. And that's ultimately it from me for now. I'll be back soon after my exam, and we'll see if we can improve the car more. Maybe we'll grab a free podium if there's rain around Monaco. Unlikely, but it's good to hold on to hope. And adios.